In my town, the American dream is still a reality. Of course, you have to know who's boss.
That's Sheriff Lucas Buck. That's, Buck with a B.
For those who follow my lead, life can be a paradise.
It's impressive to see you doing your job, Lucas.
But for those who don't, it can be a mighty rough road. See, we all have choices to make.
You got no conscience about anything, do you?
Conscience is just the fear of getting caught, man.
And if people are torn, it's only because they've been listening to the wrong voice. A voice that would lead them astray.
Are you a ghost? I'm your family.
Seduce them with hope.
You working with the sheriff?
I'm here to help you.
Even turn a son against a father.
I ain't your son.
I beg to differ.
In the age-old battle between good and evil, I'll make a deal with you.
You own my soul.
There can only be one victor.
I've come for you.
Care to place your bets?
Today's show is definitely something we're going to go into that we haven't done before.
No, I think we've touched on it, but we haven't really dove into it.
No, we haven't. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into one of the episodes of Shaun's show, American Gothic.
Welcome to the Shaun Squad Society podcast with your hosts, myself, Cindy,
Doris,
Dame Madonna.
where we invite you to share in our enthusiasm and reminisce about all things Shaun Cassidy.
from his teen idol days to his recent adventures back on the road again.
Please join us for the stories and memories that connected us to those happy days that helped create the Shaun Squad Society podcast.
Everyone out there might know that I loved American Gothic. It's one of the darkest shows that was on TV in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
It kind of predated cable, like the Sci-Fi Channel and all that, with all those dark shows.
Right.
I think had it come out 5 years later, it might have lasted longer
Yeah.
as a cable TV series and not a regular network series. But I'm telling you, that show was so good.
And I don't remember it. I know the name, but I've never came across it on TV.
Well, I'm going to give a little background because there might be a lot of people out there that just don't know that there was a show on TV.
And it was only one season, too.
It only lasted one season.
So,
there was the show produced and written by Shaun Cassidy, and it was called American Gothic, and it took place in this fictional town in Trinity, South Carolina. It revolved around this guy, Caleb Temple. Caleb was a little 10-year-old boy, and he had to go to live in town because he became orphaned. There was this corrupt sheriff, Sheriff Lucas Buck. He was played by Gary Cole.
we love Gary Cole.
We love Gary Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And Caleb was played by Lucas Black. Well, they kind of made this whole show a little bit dark because Sheriff Buck was kind of the devil, but you didn't know it.
Right.
And he killed Caleb's sister. Caleb's sister watched him rape their mother,
Wow.
but Caleb wasn't born yet. He impregnated Caleb's mother. Caleb's mother then jumps out of a window and commits suicide.
Oh, gosh.
And Caleb is left an orphan because Lucas killed his father.
Oh, wow. What a plot.
What a plot. Lucas has these supernatural powers, and he runs around town. He you sell your soul to him. If you need something, you know Lucas can do it for you, but it's going to cost you.
Oh, yeah.
His main goal is to get Caleb, who he knows is his son.
Because he wants somebody to carry on his bad traits.
But Caleb's sister, Merlin, her main goal now is his guardian angel and to protect Caleb from Lucas. So that's kind of the background of American Gothic.
Right. And it, like I said, it was only one season, but I think it only aired 18 episodes.
18 episodes aired. But we found some unaired episodes.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
4 unaired episodes.
One's called Potato Boy. One's called Ring of Fire. One's called Echo of Your Last Goodbye. And the other one's called Strangler.
And we're going to talk about Potato Boy.
Potato Boy.
We found it on YouTube, and it was interesting enough. I kind of fell upon it. I'll be honest. I was looking for the regular aired episodes, which I own on DVD, but I just wanted to watch it on my YouTube in bed and not worry about it. And I found that one. So I said, okay, that's the one we'll watch.
Let's watch that one. Yeah. Do you want me to give you a little bit of background on what it's about?
Yeah, set it up.
All right. So it's about Selena, who reaches out to Caleb and tries to help him with his schoolwork. She's the teacher.
Yes.
Yeah. And she begins to spend extra time with him, which bothers Lucas.
Because she and Lucas are kind of involved.
Yes. I don't understand why he'd be jealous of a boy, but whatever. So then Selena tries to reconcile. Oh, no. She also tries to reconcile with her father, who is
the town's priest.
And that's another story.
And that's another story because priests shouldn't have children, but that's a whole different story.
Right, but that's in with this episode, so she's trying to reconcile with him. And then Lucas also teaches Loris Holt.
Yes.
Who is?
Now, she operates, let's say, this boarding house or whatever, where Caleb lives, and this doctor who's new to town. He lives there with Caleb. And he kind of took Caleb under his wing, too, to help him and protect him.
Okay. So then Lucas is trying to teach Loris a lesson when she tries to forbid Caleb from going out with him.
Yes.
I think Lucas is trying to lure him away all the time.
Yes. So Lucas wanted Caleb to go out
driving or something.
Driving.
Yeah.
And she said, no, Caleb, you have homework. And next thing you know, she's kind of choking on her breath.
She's joking all of a sudden.
But and Lucas says something about that teaches you to watch what you say or something. So we know Lucas kind of had a little hand.
Yeah, and then Caleb just leaves with him.
Yeah. He gets mad at the doctor, too, because the doctor tries to persuade him. And he yells out something like, you're not my father.
Right. And then he storms out.
And he storms out with Lucas.
Yeah. And they end up at a cemetery. They went driving and they were sitting in a cemetery.
Yes. Which is where I believe some people he know are buried or
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, if he caused it,
yeah,
he knows where they're buried.
So, yeah, that's kind of the background of this episode, Potato Boy. So a lot of people may be wondering, why is it called Potato Boy?
Right.
Well, kind of the center focus, but not so much of a focus of the episode, is there's this house that looks like a haunted house, and there's this singing, some young boy singing spiritual hymns.
These kids can hear him singing.
And Caleb's laying in bed one night, and he hears this. And he's like, what the heck? And then he asked 2 kids from town, his friends, and they're like, oh, that's Potato Boy.
Yeah, he's like, what?
What?
Who's Potato Boy?
Who and what? So they go to the house, and they tell him the story of Potato Boy, this deformed boy who was born without a face, a huge...
no eyes.
No eyes. Didn't they say a 30-pound head or something?
Yeah, his head was misshaped, so maybe that's where they got the name Potato Boy.
Yeah, his head was misshaped. Kids will exaggerate, but he had a deformity, and he sat in a rocking chair at a window on the high floor, the attic, it looked like, of that house.
Right.
And he sang. Well,
In a good voice, too.
in a very good voice.
Yeah.
So he was known to the kids in town. I don't know if the adults heard him, but
Yeah, I don't know either. They never mentioned that.
they never mentioned it. But all the kids in town
The kids
heard
knew.
him, and they called him Potato Boy.
Yeah.
Well, one night, Caleb's dead sister, Merlin, who's his guardian angel,
Who appears once in a while in the episodes, yeah.
she came to him to let him know that this kid is like a great soul.
Yeah.
And she's explained a little bit more about it. But I'm thinking deeper. If this boy was born deformed and he lives in this huge house up in the attic, who cares for him? Somebody's feeding him.
Yeah, they don't, that's the part, they don't show pieces to connect it. Maybe that's why they didn't release it.
Right. I'm like, okay, somebody at the very least is feeding him.
Right.
And who is that? And nobody
Never saw a caregiver.
Never saw a caregiver. Just saw this big old house that nobody was going into.
Right.
Well, one day Caleb goes there. And he goes in and he decides he's going to go up the stairs. And he sees the boy laying on the floor with his sister kind of over him.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was alive or she was coming to take him to heaven.
He was dying.
Yeah.
And I think she told Caleb he's dying or something. And she came to help him on his journey, I think.
Yeah, but then she said something too about there's more things to life than dying or something.
Yes.
What did she mean by that?
Because she's dead. So there are worse things that can happen to you than dying. So she's letting Caleb know that, he's dying, but that's not the very worst thing. Most people think that's the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And she's saying there are worse things that can happen to you than dying. So what I'm taking from this, because it was an unaired episode without a backstory,
right?
I'm taking that Buck had something to do with this boy's existence.
Oh, because I didn't see them interact at all in the episode.
They didn't.
No.
But you got to use your imagination. Who is he? Where did he come from? And who's caring for him?
Why was he there? Yeah.
Yes. So I'm thinking Buck is connected. And Merlin is like, there are worse things being here alive under Buck.
Yeah.
than dying, coming with me to the other side.
Because, she's on the better side.
Yes.
The worst thing could be the other side.
Yes. So that's what I took away from that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of last we see of Potato Boy. But the show, oh boy, did it get dark.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stories within the story.
Yes.
So I'm trying to follow all that.
So let's talk about one. Let's do them kind of one at a time.
Yeah.
So you got Sheriff Buck's deputy.
Yeah.
He's kind of, he's a mess. He wants to kill himself. He doesn't want to kill himself. He's got this just horrible weight on his shoulder. So he's seeing a psychiatrist. Well, every day he goes to work, Buck is kind of taunting him. And we know, because if you watch episodes 1 and 2, you know that he watched Sheriff Buck kill Caleb's sister. He saw it.
Yeah.
But he can't tell anybody.
But they covered it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Buck keeps him quiet because he's got something on the guy. I don't know what. But he's going around town leaving parking tickets for this one person who's above the law for parking tickets. And Buck is like, you can't leave him a ticket. And,
right.
And one day in his psychiatrist therapy session, he just releases it.
Yep.
He can't hold it anymore. He's like, he can't keep me locked up this way. I can't carry this on. He knows I know. He knows I know. And he finally says, he knows I saw him kill that girl.
Yeah.
And suddenly he was released.
He was released to that secret.
he went out the next day, and what did he do?
He gave a ticket to that person he wasn't supposed to.
He put the ticket right there on his
And
window.
Buck was in some kind of pool hall watching him do it out on the street.
And he skipped away whistling, kind of like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was much happier.
He was so happy.
Yeah.
And then Buck goes to his doctor, because now Buck put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he released his weight. He can be a free man. So Buck had something on his doctor, and he's like, so if I got this information on you and you have this information on me, what are we going to do about this? So
Yeah, because Buck said something like, are you going to use your information, or what are you going to do with your information? So they're going to blackmail each other.
yeah, neither one's going to tell.
Right.
Yeah.
Something about him with child.
Yes, in another town, in another time. I wasn't paying real close attention to what he did.
Yeah.
But he did some kind of heinous act.
Yes.
Yes, he did. So there it is. He comes to town, and Buck is like, okay, now we have a truce here. Let's just coexist.
That's right.
But Buck always has something on everybody in town.
I noticed that.
Everybody.
Everybody.
And I don't know who else. And this episode that we watched, most of the episode was focused on him trying to get Caleb, it seemed like.
Yeah. He wants that relationship with him.
Yes.
And Caleb is such a nice boy, and he doesn't know the connection yet. He just says, oh, everybody wants to help me.
Yes.
Everybody wants to help me. And, because Buck said, you can always come to me for things. And he's like, yeah, I know. Everybody wants or offers it.
Everybody. The priest told him, Caleb, you can always come to me for help. And because Caleb was at the cemetery, and he saw the priest sitting there just having a hard time. And he sat down with them, and Caleb's like, why does everybody want to help me? He goes, sometimes you get so much help, you just start feeling helpless.
Yeah. Right.
He couldn't understand this whole thing with everybody wanting to help him. And it's because they all know that Buck's evil. He's not the man you want him to be. So Caleb has got this whole choice to make. And he decides, I guess, he's going to, for now, go and listen to Buck, hear what he has to say. And that's when he ran out with them.
Right. And they went driving.
Went driving. But the other person in the scene, in the episode, I meant to say, who's trying to help him is his teacher, Selena Coombs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Selena has this relationship with Buck. And she's kind of the town...
Promiscuous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's not so well liked. In fact, she walked by some gossipy ladies, and they called her a name.
And they were whispering something, and she turned around and said, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
I thought she was going to attack them. She turned instantly really mean.
Right. So there's this scene where Caleb comes to her house for help with his homework because he's doing bad in school, and she's like, we can help you. And he goes to her house. Now...
But why did she offer him coffee?
Well,
I didn't get that part.
She said, sit down, Caleb, I'm having coffee.
To make
you like some? Just
feel like an adult? I don't know.
Just because, I'm having some, and I'm going to treat you like an equal. You can have some, too.
Yeah, she's like, do you want some coffee? He's like, well, I never had coffee before.
So she gives him coffee.
So she gives him coffee, and he drinks it. I was like, okay.
All righty. So the scene, Cindy, is a little disturbing.
Yeah. That could be another reason why they didn't release it.
Yes. Because she starts to help him understand some U.S. history.
Yeah.
But it gets a little bit deeper, and next thing you know...
Yeah, they're cutting a watermelon or something.
Yeah.
He wanted something to eat, and then he cut his hand.
He cut his hand trying to cut the watermelon. Yeah. So she rushes him over, wraps it in a paper towel, and he's crying, and she's cradling him.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
And she mentions there's a song that her father would sing, and she starts singing it. It's kind of another hymn, a church hymn. And she's rocking them, and Caleb, suddenly, she starts crying. And instead of Caleb being the one getting comforted, he becomes the comforter.
Yeah, but why did she cry? Like, she was crying in the classroom, too.
Because she knows that she's under Buck's spell. Her father wants nothing to do with her, and her father is the priest. And the whole town hates her.
Which is, the other story in it.
So there's more about Selena's backstory on other episodes.
Yeah.
You get to see her backstory. But the disturbing part is this 10-year-old boy who was getting comforted by this adult woman suddenly has her in his arm, and he's comforting her.
Oh, yeah, like she was laying her head in his lap or something.
Yes.
So she became like a infantile, like she became a young person, like, and he's, comforting her.
Now I'm thinking that's a little bit on the weird side. But then it gets even weirder.
Yeah.
Because who strolls into
comes
the
in?
house but old Buck himself?
Yep.
And he looks and he goes, what exactly is going on here? Well, I don't blame him on that, because I would have been a little bit disturbed by a grown woman with her head in the lap of a little boy, and he's rubbing her hair and making it all better.
Yes.
I would have been like, what the crap?
I know, because I'm like, I saw that scene too. I'm like, well, I guess I would have thought of something else too, but that's not what was going on.
And I'm like, okay, I know this show has a dark side, but I don't think they're going that crazy.
No.
So Buck insinuates that Selena took advantage of this little boy.
And why would he do that?
In a sexual way.
Yeah.
Every little boy loves his first time, Selena.
Yeah. Hope you have fun.
I'm like, okay, now. Maybe this is why they didn't air this episode.
Possibly. That just went a little bit too far.
It crossed a short line with me. I'm like, okay, I'm dark.
Even though they didn't do anything. It was just
insinuated that Buck would even think that they could.
Right.
And they set it up that in my crazy head, if Buck hadn't come in, how far was Selena going to go?
Yeah,
she
true.
is looking for
some
couldn't
comfort.
Get that from her father, and she's only getting sex from Buck.
Right.
She's looking for something more pure, natural health. And I'm like, girlfriend, girl, that boy is 10 years old.
Stay away from him.
So I was like, okay, I'm glad that scene ended.
Me too.
So glad.
Me too. It was uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then there was, so we went through Selena, and we went through the deputy sheriff. Mm-hmm. So there's the priest.
Yeah, that's another story.
Okay.
So he goes to church.
Caleb goes to church. And the lady who runs the house where he's staying, it's kind of like a boarding house. Mm-hmm. She told him he had to take communion. I guess it was his first and whatever. But she said, you got to take communion. And he goes up to the front, and the priest says what he says, and he puts the wafer, and Caleb was able to take it as the body of Christ. It's time to drink from the cup. And what happens here?
The cup doesn't reach his mouth, like the priest couldn't get it to his mouth.
It's shaking.
And like, what's going on with this cup? Like, I can't drink it.
Caleb is over there saying, thinking, you could tell he's looking at it like, what kind of weird?
Yeah, like, why are you just wiggling this cup? And couldn't even get a sip of it.
And next thing you know, the cup just drops out of the priest's hand onto the floor.
Spills onto him.
Yes.
And the floor. I thought it was grape juice, but it looked like blood.
Right. They made it totally look really like blood.
Everybody was freaked out by that.
They pan the camera, and who's standing at the church door entrance but
Buck.
Sheriff Buck.
Sheriff Buck.
There he is.
Yep.
He didn't want Caleb to have anything to do with getting communion.
Yeah. But I don't know why they let him eat the wafer then.
See, I'm not sure
That
which
didn't make sense.
carried more weight.
Why are you
to
getting
God.
half of it?
Yeah, maybe the blood of Christ carried more weight.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, well, he started it, but he didn't end it.
Right.
Unless Buck wasn't at the door yet. I don't know. Maybe he stopped it in the middle.
And then there is that theatric dramatics of it all for TV, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to go so well. No, it's not. You're not getting the cup.
Yeah.
But then this is when we start realizing there's something going on with the priest. I don't know what, but they show a couple of times he's in his office with a hypodermic needle.
Yeah.
But what the crap is that?
And I think he held up a mirror, right, with powder on it?
Oh, did he now?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Oh,
They don't tell you.
Is he heroin
Could
addict?
it be heroin? Do you melt that stuff? But there was something that he held up.
Oh my goodness.
But where did that come from?
Yeah. Well, there is a backstory. I think you watch other episodes.
Oh, it'll tell you.
But the priest seems like he's a good guy, kind of.
Yeah.
And Caleb wants to be, accepted by him. The priest tells him, if ever you need me, you run fast straight to my house, and I will be here for you. Come to the church.
Yep.
Well, one time Caleb was needing him, and he ran, and he banged on the church, opened the door. I opened the door, and the man was in there shooting up and never opened the door.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is this all about?
Everybody's crazy in that town.
And I'm like, okay, well, now we got the priest. Then we got Selena, who has issues. Well, now Selena comes to see the priest. She walks in. You don't know it yet, but you're kind of thinking there's a connection. And she's trying to talk to him. Father, I have something to say. And he's yelling, get out of here. This is the house of God. Well,
She didn't even start talking.
she's a hooker or at least promiscuous.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, here's me. The church is supposed to be open to all souls. Even if she was as bad as the town says, no man of cloth would turn her away in the house of God.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why can't she talk? And she's like, but Father, I just need to talk. And he's like, no, you get out of here.
Get out.
Get out.
And she leaves crying.
And she runs away crying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he opens up a little book, and there's her picture.
There's her picture.
Father. That's her father.
That's her father. Her real father.
Her biological father.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he didn't want to hear anything she had to say. And because it made no sense to me. I'm like, a church is a place for everybody.
Right. Why would they turn you away?
And, he turned her away, and she went running out, crying.
Yeah.
And that's when we realized, okay, Selena's got daddy issues.
And the dad has issues too, apparently.
Daddy's got issues.
Everybody's got issues.
Everybody is.
And Caleb is surrounded by all this.
And these are the people who want to help him.
Yeah.
That's the saddest part about it.
Right.
They're all trying to help Caleb, and he's the only one without issues that's trying to keep it together.
It seems like he's trying to help them.
Yeah. Remember, he walked up to the priest and are you okay? And he's sitting there trying to comfort the priest.
Yes.
He's trying to comfort the Selena Coons.
The teacher?
The teacher. I'm like, everybody in town has issues. And this poor kid is like, why me? How did I get left here? So only person he can talk to is the ghost of his sister.
Yeah. He has that at least.
And
she makes sense.
She makes sense. And she keeps him grounded, and she kind of helps him when he's trying to make decisions.
Right.
I think she tries to lead him to the right choice.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because the rest of the town is off the rails.
I was having a hard time keeping track of everybody. I had to watch it a few times.
Yeah, if the only reason I could keep up is because I followed it as when it was on originally.
Yeah.
So I kind of remember that, yeah, these people were all nuts. And
But, I mean, some of them not their fault. I mean, Buck is making them nuts.
Yes, Buck has something on all of them.
He said something in the episode about, well, I can give them their free will, but let's see what they do with it or how they mess it up or something like
and
that.
He said it all comes with a price.
Yeah.
He did say that. So they basically sell their souls to the devil.
But do they know he's the devil?
I think they gotta know. They know.
I mean, there was another episode where the girl was in the car with him and he drove her off the bridge because she was realizing something in her head as they were talking that he was,
doing things.
Yeah, he did something. And she's like, oh, wow, he did it. And then he decided to go off the bridge and kill her.
Yeah, that's what he does when you get too close to his truth.
Some people get to figure it out.
Yeah. Maybe they don't really know. They just know he has means to give them when they are so like, there's no other choice. What can I do?
Right.
And it's like, oh, I got the answer right here. You just got to be my little whatever.
So he controls everybody in the town, but Caleb is his son. So he wants him to follow him.
And Caleb is under Merlin's guidance, so he's just not hurrying up to follow Buck. He's like...
Right, he still has his sister there helping him.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, Buck is... but he's so good looking to me. I'm like, man, oh man. Yeah. And the way they dress him in that black and
he looks good.
Stand there and he's got that.
He's charming.
Very charming devil. I'm like, oh my God, get away from me, Lucifer.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he lures people, I guess.
Yeah.
He's got the charm and the looks and, they make him seem like he's not such a bad guy.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And he's just out for Caleb, though.
But then in each situation, he's got this thing between the two of them, like an unsaid, you're going to do stuff for me.
So the coincidence of this show, Cindy, so American Gothic starred Lucas Black and Gary Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas Black... His name is Caleb. Shaun, of course, names his son Caleb.
Caleb, yeah, because he liked the name after doing this series.
Yes. Lucas Black grows up, goes on to work in the NCIS franchise on NCIS New Orleans as one of the agents. Gary Cole later goes to the original NCIS and takes over Mark Herman's role as the lead agent.
Yeah.
Ryan Cassidy is the set director of the original NCIS.
What an interesting circle to, come back around.
Yes.
So he seems to be in the Cassidy family.
Yes.
Somewhat. With all of their projects.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just all kind of a full circle.
Yeah.
How they all tie back together.
So maybe that means that Gary Cole's going to come around again and do something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I watched NCIS and I still like watching him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I enjoyed him in a lot of different things. But, this was interesting that he played this part.
Yes.
I don't think he's played that part before.
Lucas Buck.
Yeah.
Oh.
And what's the saying with Buck?
Okay. In one of the episodes, he was telling this guy his name is, I'm Sheriff Lucas Buck. That's Buck with a B.
Seemed to be the theme of the show.
Yeah.
That's Buck with a B.
I'm like, okay.
Well, if you change the letter, it could get worse. So.
Could get worse. That's what he knows, too.
So make sure it's with a B.
Yeah. But it's a good show. I recommend everyone who's not squeamish for a little bit of a dark side of Shaun to watch American Gothic if you don't have it on DVD or whatever. You can find it on YouTube. These lost episodes are definitely on YouTube.
I've never seen them before. So interesting that we came across that to talk about it.
Yeah, I enjoy talking about it. I want to do another episode, and I think we could do one that Shaun wrote.
Yeah, there's plenty that he wrote on here, and I think there were 18 released, but there's 22 altogether.
And
maybe we could talk about some of the other ones that weren't released.
Oh, yeah. They're there. I found them by mistake. So we could talk about those, and maybe if you guys out there enjoy American Gothic, let us know what your favorite episode is. Cindy, don't we have a new feature that people can leave us a message?
Yes. That's on the site you go to with Buzzsprout to hear the episodes?
Yes.
Yes, there's a send a text, and we can reply to them now.
And we can reply to you.
We weren't able to do that before, but now we are able to reply to those texting. So let us know your opinion on which one was your favorite.
So we usually put the link to SeanSquadSociety.buzzsprout.com in our post. Follow that link. Leave us a message. I think it says leave a message or talk back or something. Hit that. Leave us a message.
Yeah.
And we can now reply to you.
Yeah, that would be great. Be great to see what everybody thought about this series.
Yeah.
Because it did get critical acclaim, so I'm not quite sure why it ended after a year or a season.
I don't know. It was on CBS, and network TV was getting away. I don't know if you remember, that was when network TV was getting away from scripted television. And there was a lot of just starting with reality. And this could have, and then TV series were just starting to be shown on cable network channels.
Right.
They weren't showing them before. This, I think, could have, in another year or so, a cable channel could have picked it up.
Oh, for sure.
It would have just soared.
Because they declared it one of the best new series in 1995. So, I mean, come on. Maybe try to release it.
I think if the
re-release it.
If the Sci-Fi Channel would have picked it up, it would have soared. Of course, there wasn't streaming channels back then. But, yeah, it would have just gone maybe 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I think it was some of Shaun's finest work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never expected this from him, but it was interesting to watch. A lot of different storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. Didn't expect it out of him, but okay. He has a dark side.
One time I asked Shaun what was his favorite quote from a movie.
Favorite quote
or
from a movie.
TV show.
Yes.
And that you wrote or someone else wrote. And he said, "Someone's at the door."
Someone's at the door.
And he wrote that for the pilot episode of American Gothic.
Which I think we talked about before.
Yeah. Someone's at the door. One of my favorite lines ever.
Yeah. And we're like, that's American Gothic.
And I went crazy. I went, oh my God, that's American Gothic.
Yes.
My little teen self came out for a minute.
Yeah. But it's interesting to know what his favorite line was.
Yeah.
So it's not Buck with a B. It's someone's at the door.
Someone's at the door. So this was fun, Cindy. I enjoy American Gothic. I hope other people do too.
I'm learning to enjoy it too because back then, like I said, I didn't watch it. But nowadays that we're reviewing all this, it's very interesting to see what he came up with.
Yes. All right. Everybody send us your comments and we'll be happy to know what you want us to talk about next. Thanks a lot.
Thank you from the bottom of our Teen Dream hearts. Keep on crushing.
Always believe in magic.
And have a peaceful, Shauntastic week. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Thread, and subscribe to our new YouTube page.
Make sure to keep in touch with us at our email, SeanSquadSociety@gmail.com.
The Shaun Squad Society podcast, including past, present, and future versions, and its contents are owned and controlled by the Shaun Squad Society. The podcast is written, produced, and recorded at the Borden Studios, and the views and opinions are solely those of the Shaun Squad Society podcast. We may think we are always right, but we may get things wrong from time to time, so we assume no responsibility for errors of submission of content.